live from KTIV, this is SportsFource Extra.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of SportsFource Extra. I'm Jason Moeller in Siouxland. We've got a full slate of action from all around the tri-state area, ready to take you into the weekend. Now, we begin our night with a ranked matchup as teams have begun to separate themselves from one another this season. The Hinton Blackhawks and George Little Rock Mustangs, they've certainly done that. Now, the Mustangs, they enter the night undefeated at an even 10-0 on the season, while the Blackhawks have been on an absolute tear since suffering their first loss. Tell you what, Hinton, their last 4 games, the Blackhawks, they've won by more than 40 points. We'll pick things up here. They'll go inside to Carlin Kavarna. She'll pick up 2 right there for the Blackhawks, and it's looking good early on. However, this is Nevaeh Fute picking up the deuce for George Little Rock. Later on, though, Sydney Deuce gets stepping back, hoisted and hitting the mid-range J there. Hinton rolls in this one. They pick up the victory. They pick up the win, 69-22. Blackhawks boys looking to extend their win streak to 6 here in this one. We'll pick things up, though. George Little Rock with other plans. This is Cash Sandbolt rising up, kissing it off the glass for 2 right there. Later on, though, Hinton able to get out on the break. Here's Carver DeGroot dishing it on over to Cole Friesen for the deuce. That's a good pick up there. Later on, check this out. Logan Kempema high in the sky for the dunk as Hinton, they pick up the win in this one, 64-43. Meanwhile, Sioux County was abuzz with nearly every basketball court in the county having a game in action. That includes in Hull, where the 5th-ranked Boyden Hull Comets were on the bounce back after suffering a close overtime loss to Western Christian. The catch in front of the Comets, an MOC Floyd Valley squad that's heating up, riding into town on a 2-game win streak, folks. So, the battle of the Carters in this one. Keep an eye out for Carter Klein-Wolterink and Carter Van Gelder. Late in the second quarter, Dutchman had the ball. Nice backdoor cut from Thatcher Dugan leads to the layup for MOC Floyd Valley. Comets with the ball now. I told you, look out for the Carters. Carter Klein-Wolterink misses the triple. However, the Comets get the offensive rebound, give it back to a driving Klein-Wolterink who lays it in. Boyd Hull back to the inside on this possession. Klein-Wolterink with the feed to Garrett Van Ness. He throws down the 2-hand slam. Now we get some inside physical play from MOC. They get it to Drayton. Punt. Lays it in for 2. MOC Floyd Valley picks up a 61-57 win. 11th ranked Dutch looking to make it 4 wins in a row in the girls matchup. MOC Floyd Valley gets a quick bucket off the baseline inbounds from Addie Jeltema, and that'll open up the scoring for the Dutchmen. Comets, they come back and get an answer from beyond the arc. Josie Rakusik with an insane amount of arc on this one, catches through the nylon. MOC Floyd Valley keeps doing damage off the inbounds. This time it's a pass to McKenna Baker for the corner 3. Comets looking to do some damage on the inside, though. LC Huff drives baseline, stops, pops the 10-foot deuce. However, MOC Floyd Valley gets the win 61-27. A big matchup in Sioux Center. 3rd-ranked Rock Valley looking to stop 14th-ranked Sioux Center's win streak at 4. Rock Valley gets on the board first. Some great vision leads to this. Haven Ranshaw lay-in. Warriors, they'll work the ball inside as well. They get it inside to Marin Franken. Just great use of the body to seal, score, and secure the and 1 bucket right there. Rockets, they go right back to Ranshaw after securing the offensive board. She gets the easy look for 2. Fast answer, though, from Sioux Center. Winterfell sees nothing but open court between her and the hoop. She'll get it to go for 2 in the end. Rock Valley wins this one 74-70. Their head coach, Jordan Tagrunice, talked about winning the back-and-forth battle.
I just so appreciate our team's grit tonight, getting after it and not letting some adversity affect our, situations. Some girls stepped up in some major spots, sometimes for only 30 seconds, sometimes in a role that they weren't prepared for or that we don't do a whole lot of, and they did a good job responding to that.
In the boys' game, 20-point-per-game scorer Braden Perez-Heitbring trying to lead the Warriors to a home win. Rock Valley's defense coming up big, though. Leighton Snutger gets the steal. He'll lay it in on the other end there as well. Rockets keeping their foot in the gas in the first half. Nice backdoor cut and some patience leads to this lay-in from Snutger. The Rockets extend their lead. Sioux Center staying in this thing, though. Off the inbounds, Braden Perez, high brink will settle into the corner three. Warriors close the gap just like that, but the Rockets really loving the backdoor cut in this matchup. This time, Caden Van Skeppen puts this one in. We're still waiting for a final from this one. If you've got it, send it on in to us. Fourth-ranked Western Christian trying for their 8th straight win as they host the Stars of Sioux City North. Western gets off to the fast start, though. They'll use the ball movement to get it on the low block to Tate Marette with a layup. Stars actually take an early lead in this one, though. Max Weirheim with the ball on the catch and shoot from the wing. He'll sink it, and it's 3-2 with the Stars in front. Western comes back, gets a triple of their own. They'll get it over to Toby Van Regenmorter, who lets it fly with no hesitation. It's a 2-point Western Christian lead. North going blow for blow with the pack early on. DT Kraft going to the rack for the deuce. Sioux City North, they take the win in this one, 61-43. Siouxland Christian looking for their 3rd straight win. Woodbury Central looking to break out of a 3-game skid in Mobile here. This is Lucas Yanni giving it up to Bennett Feaster, who shows a little patience before laying it in for 2 there. However, out on the break, Jaden Lloyd lays it in for 2 to extend the Woodbury Central lead to 12. Not done yet. Out on the break, Feaster tosses it over to Micah Camping. Camping sends it home here, but Woodbury Central not quite done. Nice post-to-post pass. That leads to the lay-in for Lloyd. Woodbury Central gets the win 63-50. In Nebraska, the South Sioux City Cardinals, they have struggled this season on the court, but they have shown signs of life, and they were looking to get back into the win column here as they took on Elkhorn at home. Let's get right into the Mini-Dome for this matchup. Cardinals up against the Elkhorn Antlers at the Mini-Dome. Top of the game, Antlers going in for the triple. Doesn't fall, but Emmy Hart is right there for the rebound, and now they only trail by 2. Cardinals able to respond, though. Abby McCoy, she's going to dish it over to Braylee Groves, who lays it in, and it's a 4-point lead now for the Cards. Later on, Antlers, Lily Larka gives to Maggie Niles for the corner 3, and that's good. But the Cards still lead by 2, and they wouldn't let up. Bailey Durant comes up with the steal, and the Durantula sends this one home. South Sioux picks up a win, 52-50. In Homer, the Knights looking to break out of a 2-game skid as they host Bergen Catholic. We'll pick things up into the first quarter. Homer with it strong. Natalie Loof steals the ball. She'll take it all the way in for the score there, and it's a 3-point Homer lead. They'd keep it going here. Taya Bird tosses over to Lily Harris. Harris, well, she'll finish this thing off with a nice little finger roll for 2 there, and it's a 5-point lead for the Knights. Seconds left in the second. Bergen, little hot potato. Ball finds Marissa Drake, who beats the buzzer. Bergen Catholic wins this one 52-45. The undefeated Bergen Catholic Knights looking to make it 11-0 in the boys game. In the first, Homer looking to gain some momentum, though. Jessup Snowball, this is to Gavin Albrecht for the corner 3. That's a 19-point deficit, though, for the Knights, and we're seeing double because here's Snowball finding Albrecht for a long triple. But again, it's still a 19-point deficit for the Knights. Bergen Catholic, they won't let up. Trey Mooney finds Cale Sheets. He'll send it home. Bergen Catholic stays undefeated. They win 84-44.